It is a hot summer night. You are exhausted, your eyes are heavy, and yet you lie there wide awake. So here is the real question. Why does heat make it almost impossible to fall asleep, even when your body is begging for rest? Most people blame the discomfort. The stickiness, the tossing, the tangled sheets. But discomfort is only the surface. Underneath is a biological rule that your brain will not break. That rule is simple. To fall asleep, your body has to cool down first. Sleep is not just something your mind does. It is a temperature event. Your core body temperature is the heat deep inside you, around your organs. During the day it hovers at roughly 37 degrees Celsius. But as night approaches, it starts to fall. And that fall is the signal. Researchers have found that your core temperature needs to drop by about 1 degree Celsius for you to fall and stay asleep. It sounds tiny. 1 degree. But biologically, it is the difference between drifting off and staring at the ceiling. Now think about what a hot room does. It traps that heat around you. Your body is trying to shed roughly 1 degree, but the air will not let it. So the signal never fully arrives, and sleep keeps slipping away. This is not random. It is tied to something called your circadian temperature rhythm. Over each 24-hour cycle, your core temperature rises and falls on a predictable curve. In the early hours before dawn, your core temperature hits its lowest point, often around 4 in the morning. That is when your body is most deeply committed to sleep. Then, as morning comes, your temperature climbs. It keeps rising through the day and peaks in the early evening. So here is the twist that trips people up. Your warmest point is the early evening, right when you are winding down. Add a hot summer night on top of an already elevated body, and your system has to fight uphill just to begin cooling. So how does your body actually cool itself down? This is where it gets surprising. Your hands and feet do most of the work. The skin on your hands and feet is rich with special blood vessels that can open wide. When they open, warm blood rushes to the surface, and heat radiates out into the air. Your extremities act like the radiators on a car. This is why so many people sleep with one foot poking out from under the blanket. It is not a quirk. It is your body instinctively opening a vent to release heat and pull that core temperature down. But on a hot night, this system stalls. If the surrounding air is already warm, your radiators have nowhere to send the heat. The warmth just sits at your skin instead of leaving your body. Now let's talk about the fan, because this is where most people get it wrong. A fan feels amazing. But a fan does not cool the air. It only moves it. A fan helps you by speeding up evaporation from your skin, carrying heat away. That works well when the air is dry. But when the air is hot and humid, the fan is just pushing warm air across you, like a hairdryer on low. So here is the core insight of this whole video. To sleep in the heat, you should not just try to cool the air. You should cool the body. A cool room absolutely helps, because it gives your radiators somewhere to send heat. That is why a genuinely cool room usually beats a fan blowing warm air. But the fastest lever of all is cooling the body directly. Think about where your radiators are. Your hands, your feet, and the areas where blood runs close to the skin. Cool those, and you help your core temperature take that critical 1 degree dive. And this is exactly where that viral frozen bedsheet trick fits in. You may have seen the 3-second version, where someone freezes their sheets and slides into an ice-cold bed. It feels like a gimmick, but the science underneath is real. A cold surface against your skin pulls heat directly out of your body through simple contact. You are cooling the body, not just the air around it. The catch is that the effect is temporary. A frozen sheet warms up within minutes as your body heat soaks into it. So it is a launch pad, not an overnight fix. It helps you cross that first cooling threshold, and then your room has to carry the rest. That is the honest version of the trick. It works because of contact cooling and core temperature, and it fades because physics does not stop for your sheets. Understanding why is far more powerful than just copying the hack. Now, one more villain in this story. Humidity. It quietly sabotages everything we have talked about, and most people never notice. Remember, one of your key cooling tools is sweat evaporating from your skin. But when the air is already saturated with moisture, your sweat has nowhere to go. It just sits there, and you stay hot. So a room at, say, roughly 26 degrees can feel unbearable when it is humid, yet perfectly fine when the air is dry. This is why lowering humidity often helps more than lowering temperature by a couple of degrees. Let's put it all together into what your body actually wants. It wants a cooling runway. A gradual, downhill glide in temperature that begins before you even get into bed. That is why a warm shower before bed, oddly, helps you sleep. The warmth sends blood rushing to your skin, and when you step out, that heat radiates away fast, dropping your core temperature on the rebound. Cool feet, a cool room, low humidity, and a body that has been given permission to shed heat. Stack these, and you are working with your biology instead of against it. So what does this mean for tonight? Stop obsessing only over the thermostat number. Instead, ask a better question. Is my body able to release its heat right now? Cool your extremities, dry out the air, give yourself a cooling runway, and let your core take that 1-degree dive. That is the whole secret hiding inside a sleepless summer night. If this rewired how you think about sleep and heat, this channel is for you. We turn everyday science into things you can actually feel tonight. Subscribe and you will start noticing your own body's signals you used to sleep right through. And that frozen sheet clip? Today's 3-second version is really just this 1-degree science in disguise. But heat is only half of the clock. In the next episode we open up the circadian rhythm itself and ask why light, not just temperature, decides when your body truly wants to sleep. The answer changes how you see every sunrise. See you there.